Now we're going to talk about how to take your completed MPO and begin turning it into your essay. So you have your completed MPO, and then you have your theme and characterization comparison essay Google Doc. So what I've done is I have you formatted, and I also have the parts of your essay here. So remember that your essay has an introduction, it has body paragraphs, and it will have a conclusion. Now, because my MPO only has 2 body paragraphs, I am going to go ahead and delete the reminder to have a 3rd body paragraph. So I'm going to start just by inserting my name and putting my class. Let's say that I am English 10. If you're American Lit, you would put American Lit. I'm going to put the date, and your essay is due on the 25th of September. And every essay needs a title. I don't know what I want to title mine yet, so I'm going to go ahead and work on putting my MPO pieces into the document because that will help me with my essay. So I have a thesis statement, and my thesis goes in my introduction. So I'm just simply copying and pasting that into the introduction. Now, an introduction also needs 2 other parts. Your introduction should have a lead, and it should have background information or context about the authors and the pieces that you're writing about. But I have found that as a student, the body paragraph is where I really want to spend my time. And so a lot of times I can just come back and use those or add those pieces after I flesh out my body paragraphs. So I'm also going to my MPO, and I have my so what. I'm still not satisfied with it, but it is going to make up part of my concluding paragraph. So I'm going to copy and paste it there, and I am changing that just to Times New Roman. All right, so you hand wrote your MPO. So instead of copying and pasting, you're going to be typing yours out. So I'm going to go to my first body. I'm going to grab that topic sentence. And it's going here. And I'm going to go to the second body. And it's going here. So already you can begin to see that I'm fleshing out my actual essay. At this point, you can see that I have a thesis statement as part of my introduction. I have a topic sentence for my first body paragraph. I have a topic sentence for my second body paragraph. And then I have my concluding so what. And that actually is not my clinch. It really is the restating of my thesis. So when I go here, I know that I am going to lead into this idea that Macbeth seeks power because he's influenced by others, and those are his actions. I am going to go from there to looking at how his thoughts show his decline in morality. And then his dialogue, his conversations with Lady Macbeth, Banquo, and the witches show his corruption. I want my notes, and I want the actual text as well, so that I can pull evidence, I can go back and reread as I need to. So the first thing I am going to do is I'm going to talk about Macbeth's actions. And then I would talk about his dialogue. I would talk about his thoughts. Because you've already seen me work through one long paragraph on Macbeth, I'm going to work with, for just a couple of sentences, the John Proctor body paragraph. So John Proctor's complexity in the Crucible illustrates how people who refuse to use their power out of pride allow others and themselves to be destroyed. And I want to look at his dialogue early in the play. I want to look at his actions that put himself and his wife at risk. And also, I want to look at how that final characterization and that theme is carried out at the end of the play, where all of this adds up. So I'm going chronologically through the play as I show his character development, which also helps to develop the theme. So, in the first act of the play, John has an opportunity to stop Abigail, who is abusing her sudden power to destroy people by accusing them of witchcraft. John's wife, Elizabeth, begs him to go to the town council and tell the truth about Abigail, that she has told him that she is not truly seeing witches. Okay, I'm going to need a citation there because I'm paraphrasing what happens in the play. So just for now, I'm going to put Miller, and I would need to put my page number. I am not sure what that is. I don't have the play in front of me, but just know that even if I'm paraphrasing, I need a citation. John has a certain amount of power here. He knows the truth about Abigail. However, he also knows that if he tells this truth, his own crime of adultery will be revealed and he will be subject to punishment. His pride keeps him from coming forward with what he knows. Later in the play, and I'm going to stop there, I just wanted you to see a little bit of the process that I'm starting with my topic sentence from the MPO. I am then following just step by step, talking about this dialogue early in the play and taking my detail here and really fleshing it out, providing this as evidence, but then explaining. And so here I want to do a little bit of color coding so that you can see how that works. So our topic sentences are always yellow. So there's my topic sentence from my MPO. And then I'm making a statement that states my idea about John having power that is equal to Abigail's. So that's going to be orange. But my evidence that supports that, where I'm paraphrasing from the play, that's going to be green. And my citation, and remember I've got to add a page number, that is going to be pink. Okay? Alright, so then I'm explaining. John has a certain amount of power here. He knows the truth about Abigail. However, he knows that he would be subject to punishment, so he doesn't want to give up that power. So we're going to make that orange as well because I'm explaining. And then his pride keeps him from coming forward. So I'm talking about characterization without saying John is characterized as. I'm just talking as if I were talking to someone about the play. And then I would continue through that paragraph. So notice that when I color code this, there's more of my thinking that here than there is text from the play. And I'm not just retelling you the play. I'm explaining how Miller is using John's character to develop this theme that people who choose pride over power sometimes allow themselves and others to be destroyed. Okay, so there's your example of how to take your MPO and begin turning it into paragraphs. I'm in the room, in and among you. Feel free to ask questions.